A loving wife, a caring mother. Or was she something much darker? Find out the shocking truth. It's called the Jolly Joseph case. This story happened in India, and it's really strange. So, get ready to hear about something that sounds like a mystery book or movie. Started in a place called Kerala in India. A woman named Jolly Joseph was part of a family, and at first, she seemed like a nice, caring person. She had a husband and children, just like many people. But things got really weird and scary, and people started asking a lot of questions. Jolly Joseph lived with her family in a house. Her husband's name was Roy, and they had 2 children. Everything seemed normal at first. But in 2011, something terrible happened. Jolly's husband, Roy, suddenly died. It was very sad, and everyone thought he had a heart attack. But the mystery started here. Doctors said Roy died because of a heart problem. But after a few years, people started to wonder if something else had happened. You see, Jolly's husband wasn't the only one who died. In fact, more people in the family started dying one by one. First, Roy died. Then, in 2014, Jolly's mother-in-law, who was called Anama, passed away. People thought maybe she was just old, but Jolly kept saying that her mother-in-law had also died of a heart attack. This was strange too. Anama was only 63 years old, so it seemed odd for someone so young to die from a heart attack. Then, in 2016, another family member, Jolly's father-in-law, died as well. People began to feel something wasn't right. How could so many people in the same family keep dying? They all had very similar reasons for their deaths, like heart attacks. It started to look like something else was going on. The police started to investigate. And guess what? They discovered something shocking. They found out that Jolly Joseph was actually involved in these deaths. She had been poisoning her family members over time. Jolly used a kind of poison called cyanide. She put it in her family's food and drinks. At first, the doctors didn't know because it looked like natural causes. But when the police looked carefully, they realized that cyanide was the reason for the deaths. It was all Jolly's doing. When the police finally caught her, they asked her why she did it. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Jolly told the police that she wanted to get rid of her family members because of money. She wanted to inherit all the money and property from her husband and others who had died. This was a big reason why she did it. But the story doesn't end here. The police also found out that Jolly was planning to kill even more people in her family. But luckily, they stopped her just in time. Jolly Joseph was arrested and put in jail. She was charged with murder, and she had to answer for all the terrible things she did. It was a very sad story, and people in India were shocked when they found out the truth. In court, Jolly admitted to poisoning her family. She told the police everything, and everyone was stunned by what she had done. The case became very famous in India, and people kept talking about it for a long time. This case is called the Jolly Joseph case, because it showed how sometimes people we trust can do really bad things. It reminds us to always be careful and to keep asking questions when something seems wrong. But in the end, we should remember that most families are full of love and care. Jolly Joseph's story is sad and scary, but it's also important to learn from it. Always take care of your loved ones, and make sure to trust the people who care for you. Not every smile hides kindness, and not every home is a safe haven.